Welcome to Kasbah Conversations. I am April Stuckelman.
I'm Ronnie Rainey.
And today our guest is Summer Nicole, Dr. Summer Nicole. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
The intention with Kasbah Conversations is to create awareness around the leaders in our community. Dive into what they're doing, what their movement is, their mission, how it affects the community, and let people know how they can get involved. Simple as that. So we'll dive in, learning about Dr. Summer Nicole and her efforts in uplifting our community. And I'll let you introduce yourself, if you would please. Let us know a little bit about your background.
Okay. Hi, I'm Dr. Summer Nicole, and my background is really started first of all with yoga. So I've been teaching yoga for about 16 years now, and my doctorate is in physical therapy, and I really kind of went the non-traditional therapy route and started studying craniosacral therapy and somato-emotional release and Reiki. So really dove more into how to release emotions that are stored in the body and energy work as far as my private practice. And throughout the years, I've taught mostly alignment-based therapeutic styles of yoga. And then more recently, I've been teaching Kundalini Yoga, which is yoga for the energy body.
Nice. And what is YogaDoctorsTV?
YogaDoctorsTV is an online platform, an online resource really for natural medicine modalities. So it's going to be an amazing resource for people that maybe feel like they've been through the ringer of Western medicine and really want a different way of how to treat themselves and want access to ancient wisdom and these ancient technologies that are very, very powerful and effective, but maybe they don't have time to go through all these trainings to learn about them. So I'm bringing in a handful of doctors that are very well skilled and teaching and have been doing this stuff for a long time. And so the categories of on Yoga Doctors will fall under the categories of anxiety medicine, intuitive medicine, sleep medicine, physical medicine, energy medicine, emotional medicine, and the modalities used will be different styles of yoga, as well as breathwork, meditations, and I have Dr. Michelle Wolford is a really good friend of mine, a naturopathic doctor who's bringing the digestive medicine piece, and then Dr. Brent Caesar, who's bringing the Ayurvedic medicine piece and mantra as well. So
nice.
It's a whole bunch of natural medicine modalities, but it's funneled into these categories so that people can choose. If they have a lot of anxiety, they can go in and, okay, I want to do breath work for that, or I want to do meditation for that, or I want a yoga practice for that. Or if somebody's having digestive issues, they can go into the digestive medicine category and really feel into which modality resonates with them, because not all modalities resonate with every single person. So our goal is really to have an alternative system to our current healthcare system. So we're sort of the antithesis of the pharmaceutical industry. Our tagline is literally be your own medicine. So it's teaching people how to become their own healer, how to be their own medicine. And so it's really a big idea in medicine, because everyone is used to that Western medicine ideal of here's a pill, here's surgery, and they kind of send them on their way. But this is very much about getting in touch with that innate healing ability and innate intelligence inside each and every person, teaching people how to do that so that they can decide how they're going to heal themselves.
Right. It's not, one stop fits all, one shop. We're our own individual healers, and we all have that ability to do that. So how does it work? How does one use your Yoga Doctors TV? Is it like a subscription or?
Yeah, it's going to be a monthly membership type of thing, and then we're still producing all of the content, and the website's being built right now. But right now we have a landing page up, and you can go on into your email on YogaDoctors.tv, and then you receive 40 free Kundalini Yoga and meditation videos. And
wow.
I did that a while back when I came back from India, because it takes 40 days to develop a habit. So it's short little a minute or two videos of different things, if improving focus, grounding, honing your intuition, so it has these little snippets if someone's wanting to just start dabbling in creating a home practice, which is really, really what we're advocating on Yoga Doctors TV, is to to get people into a morning, particularly a morning practice if they can, because it changes the whole trajectory of one's day when you do something in the morning, even if it's just a couple minutes, so it's, yeah.
Let's dive into that breath work for a moment, because a lot of people don't really understand the full benefit until they actually get into it.
Yeah.
And you have this aha awakening moment, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So you mentioned enhancing our focus. People understand what that is.
Yeah.
Grounding.
Yeah.
What do you see? What is grounding? Can you explain that to people?
Yeah, grounding, I'll give you the opposite of it first. The opposite would be like dissociating from the body. So many of us have this tendency to just sort of mentally check out when we feel uncomfortable feelings, or we're just not feeling good, or we're feeling anxious, or whatever it is. Grounding's the opposite of that. So grounding is literally bringing your energy and your awareness into your body, specifically the lower half of your body, so that you feel more centered and you're coming from a very centered place that isn't so scattered or distracted. Because when our energy is all up here, like in the ethers, that's when we get, very overactive mind, and we mistrust and we doubt and we overthink and all of these things. So grounding is very literally bringing your energy down towards the lower half of the body, so that you're embodying your vessel.
Okay. May I add to that, please?
Yes, please. Yeah.
So I like to see it in, I see it through the yoga practice in way of balancing the flow between mind, body, and soul, or mind, body, spirit. So what you mentioned, when the energy's up here, that's what we're conditioned. That's how we're conditioned to function, is in the cognitive. Yeah. So we have the cognitive, which is the mind, the body is the physical, and the soul or spirit is that which moves life through us, the life that moves through us, right? So when we're engaged in our daily activities, we tend to be more active in our cognitive. So the grounding experience is activating the nerve receptors in the rest of our body and extending out through beyond our body, which completes the cycle and allows spirit to move through us. Does that make sense? So it really enhances and strengthens the connection and balances the flow between the three. So the breath work helps to, and the breath work helps to move through whatever the disconnect is and create a more powerful and strong flowing nervous system.
Yep.
And if you think about it, where our thoughts go, energy flows, right?
Right.
So we think about our toes right now. Think about your toes. You can feel them. A moment ago, we weren't thinking about our toes, and the nerve receptors weren't really firing there, just enough to keep the cells alive, right? But we bring our awareness there, and the nerve receptors are firing. And so if you think about the connection between the three, then it helps to strengthen that flow.
Yep, totally. And many teachers say the more grounded you are and the more centered you are, actually the more intuitive and neutral and expansive the mind can be. And the mind will always follow the breath. So the breath is that link that each and every one of us have to calm our own nervous system or stimulate our own nervous system, depending on what we want to do. So the breath is just a super powerful tool for any person to have, to be able to manage their emotional and mental state.
Yeah, and then leading into the third benefit you suggested is intuition, and that is, our nervous system extends beyond our skin. And correct me if you feel that I'm wrong, I feel like how we feel the presence of someone in the room, that's an extension of our nervous system linking with theirs, that interaction. So as we strengthen the flow between the three, the mind, body, and spirit, we are expanding our aura. We're strengthening our aura. We're strengthening our nervous system, and we're expanding our nervous system beyond our physical body. And we're able to pick up on more other activity going on around us. And that is our intuition, right?
Totally. And it's actually the exact thing that Kundalini Yoga works on, because Kundalini Yoga, it's called the yoga of awareness, but it's very specifically yoga for the energy body. So the energy body being our 7 main energy centers or chakras that are in the body, that correlate to specific glands and specific nerve plexus physically in the body. But the 8th chakra, or the 8th energy center, is actually your auric field. So that's the electromagnetic field that surrounds every person's body. It's this invisible field, right? That when it's strong, we can manage stress better. We don't pick up on other people's, or won't take on other people's negative or chaotic or stressful energy, especially for many people I actually believe everybody's empathic. So if you're a very sensitive person, it's very important to have a strong nervous system and that strong auric field, because when it's weak, we tend to take on other people's stuff that isn't ours, and we tend to really, from a yogic perspective, it's when we can create disease in our body.
I want to add in there too, that comes back to what Kasbah Conversation, what the intention is bringing our community together so that we can support each other, inspire each other, and be innovative.
Yeah. So
extending our intuition to include everybody.
Yeah,
we're all part of it. We're all connected.
And there's a paradigm behind craniosacral therapy, which I'm a craniosacral therapist, so it's always stuck with me, is that, you know, every person's system knows what it needs to heal, and every person's system has an innate intelligence, and cranial, they call it an inner physician or inner wisdom that knows what they need. So really, it's just about teaching people practices, is what Yoga Doctors TV is about. It's about teaching people these ancient practices that get them still enough and quiet enough and centered enough so that their mind becomes more neutral, they become more grounded, and that they can respond from a more intuitive place.
Beautiful.
Sounds exciting.
And so you found a need for this platform, creating Yoga Doctors TV, and helping collectively put information out there for people to heal themselves individually, and have a great source of doctors who have individual areas of expertise, and you're going to possibly categorize it maybe so people can easily discover practices that are a great fit for their ailments and what they have going on.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not just going to be another online yoga platform. It's really this platform for many natural medicine modalities. And what I've realized over the years is that, you know, I've always been very connected in the healing arts, and I have awesome, you know, people that I can trade with, and doctors that, you know, that we talk about this stuff all the time. So I've been super lucky, and I've been able to intake a lot of information and knowledge from these really brilliant people. And I, you know, just hit me like a ton of bricks one day. I was like, this just like needs to be shared very openly, you know, amongst just the lay person, like your average person that's just overwhelmed and stressed out, and they don't have time to go to a yoga class. Maybe they would rather, you know, have their own practice like at home. And it's really just to get natural medicine into the hands of the people.
You know, hey, and now with our smartphones, anywhere you go, in your car, at a stoplight, maybe.
Totally. I hear so often that people are intimidated to go to a yoga class because they say they're not flexible enough, which is like heartbreaking.
Very common, very common misconception that you have to be flexible to do yoga. That's a complete misconception. That's what blocks and belts are for, and chairs and walls, you know, everybody, there's absolutely yogas for every single body. Even if you're sitting there in a chair, visualizing yourself doing the movement rather than actually doing the pose, because, you know, research has actually shown your brain doesn't know whether you're actually doing it or you're visualizing yourself doing it. So the same neurosynapses happen in the brain. So literally, and then that's a real strong concept in even Kundalini Yoga, because, you know, that yoga is for every type of person, every person. And so if they can't actually physically do that movement due to an injury or whatever, they're in pain, then they literally can just sit there or stand there and visualize themselves going through the movement. And then the same neurosynapses happen in the brain. So it's equally as powerful. We all, that's been something that's kind of lost, like our imagination and visualization has been very lost or shoved down, you know, to many of us since childhood. And so it's so key to use that. It's very, very powerful.
I'll be doing my next 22 push-up challenge in a meditative state.
Just visualizing yourself.
Oh, when you do the video, you'll just be like, I'm doing my 22 push-ups.
Yeah. Mentally. Yep. You can totally do it. Let your body recover.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's so great. And, you know, I'm huge on teaching people how to practically apply yoga to their daily life. Yoga is a lifestyle. It's a life practice. And so many people see yoga as a movement practice.
It's a classroom that you
I'm
go
not,
to once
yeah,
a week.
it's you roll out a mat and it's an hour-long practice, or it's a specific movements or a type of movement. And so I love sharing with people what yoga really is, the mind, the body, the soul, and creating a greater connection between the three. And I feel like you are really exemplifying that in your project with Yoga Doctors TV. And I love what you have going on in your initiative, and I'm really excited to see it
sign me up.
bloom, and unfold. So for now, people can go to the website, sign up. They can get the 40 videos meant to be done once a day over the next 40 days to experience the power of breath work and really applying yoga to their daily life and start that exploration and help heal whatever ailments are going on.
If you go to YogaDoctorsTV right now, you enter your email, it gives you a link, save the link, and then you'll get access to 40 free Kundalini Yoga and meditation videos. So some of it's breath work, some of them are different meditations, some of them is like a grounding exercise. So it's meant for people to, if they're just wanting to start dabbling in it, that they can just begin with a couple minutes a day. Also meant for teachers that go in there and like grab a breath work or grab a meditation and add it to your class, because that's always fun just to add new things to your class. And and in the meantime, while I'm filming, I'm actually doing personalized yoga videos for people. So whether it's physical therapy, hatha yoga, or Kundalini yoga and meditation, I do any combination of those to fit meet people's specific needs and goals.
Cool. Hey, if you have an ailment, email her.
What's
your email address?
It's Summer SOMER at physicaltherapyandyoga.com.
Cool. Well, anything else to add? Any other thoughts that came up?
No, I feel good.
So grateful to have you here.
Thanks for having me, ladies. Thank you.
Definitely a blessing that we caught you, because you're not here in San Diego very often anymore.
Yeah. About every 8 weeks, I'm shooting most of the videos on the North Shore of Kauai. Super lucky to be doing that. So I come back every 7 or 8 weeks or so.
Cool. Hey, so you're in your office, you need a little breath work, you'll jump to Kauai with Summer Nicole through the internet.
Yep. If you have any injuries or if you're post-surgical, that's also those the type of videos that I'm doing for people that they want to start like recovering and rehabbing themselves, but they're not quite sure how. So that's one of the reasons I created the personalized videos too. So contact me if you have any questions, and I thank you guys.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you again for joining us at Kasbah Conversations. See you next time.